What's going on, everybody? This is Dan from DanMotoMusic, and today we're going to be learning about palm mutes. This is good for beginners and intermediates, so go ahead and grab your acoustic or your electric and let's get started. Alright guys, I want you to understand something first. It's all about the context of what you're doing in a song to learn this technique properly. If you're doing a solo compared to a lick or a riff, you may use this differently. This video is designed to give you the idea of how to start using it with what you're doing. I'm not going to be doing a tutorial like how to play riffs and stuff, but grab the knowledge from this video and start using it to your advantage of when you're playing a song, solo or riff, okay? So the idea is, let's go ahead and look at, well, how to do a palm mute first properly and how to, more importantly, balance it with sound of how to use your right hand, and then that will help you get to where you need to go. So I'm just going to be using this example with an E5 chord. So I'm going to be open on the 6, fret 2 on string 5 and 4, ring and pinky right there. So when I do this, you hear how I'm getting that nice growl out of it. That's what we're looking for. Most of the time, this one would be wrong though. Listen to this. The reason why is because it sounds really thin. You don't got that nice hum or that nice growl out of it. Some songs may need that though, so it just depends on context, like I said. So now let's find how to get to that happy median of getting that growl. What we're aiming for, guys, is the back part of these strings right before we hit the saddles. And I'm doing that by pushing with the side of my pinky or the front part of the pad of my pinky. It just depends. I don't always play it exactly the same way. But what I do is I make the same sound consistently. That's important. So you can use different techniques. You don't have to use exactly what I'm doing. If you play a little different than me, that's fine, but you still have to have the same outcome. So keep that in mind. So when I'm doing this palm mute idea, what I like to do to start training people or teaching people is I just have you put a part of your hand on top of, let's say, the 6, 5, and 4 strings, and just start plucking and moving back towards right here. Now, when you press, guys, you don't want to over press. You want to just touch the strings so light, like very gentle. You'd barely touch on top of them to get them to resonate without feeling too dampened by your hand being on top of them. So let me give you an example. Nice hum out of that. Now, let's start here though. That was just an example. Start in the middle of the strings between your pickups. Start plucking, pull your hand back, keep it nice and light until you get right on top, right here. Did you see how I found that? Let's do it again. Start in the middle, start plucking, you can pluck more. Move your hand back. And that's how you find that nice muted area. It sounds awesome, I love it. But it's easier to do it out of context than to do it in context when you're learning a song, because then we start doing this stuff. When your left hand is doing a riff, your right hand needs to follow. So maybe if you wanted to get maybe like a little practice isolating, we could take the same E5 chord, and now what we'll do is we'll play 4 open and 4 muted. Let me show you what I mean. And when I mute, guys, I don't take my hand off completely like this. I just literally, it's only this. Look, can you see the back part of my wrist right here? It's just that. That's all it is right there. I'm just doing this. So when I play 4 open and then 4 palm muted. You see it's just off, on, off, on. Now, once again, that's a lot easier out of context than with the song. So if I were to be doing a sick riff, let's do something else. Let me down tune real quick. So if I were to go, same idea. I just take my hand on and off. It's just a lot faster because I've perfected the technique, but it's still just this. You see that? So now if I were to do this with the solo idea, let's see if I bend string 3, fret 5, I do a nice little bend. I'm going to be using part of the pentatonic scale. And then I'm going to hit my root note with, let's say if I'm in A minor, with my ring finger on fret 7, string 4. So I'm going to do a bend, but into a mute. So I'm going to do open bend to the mute. Same idea. Bend, I'm not on it, lay my hand on it and pluck. That's huge, because that's going to be starting to teach you the balance. Now, once again, it all depends on the context of what you're doing with the song. So the next thing we want to understand is once you start doing it with the song, you're going to start realizing you may be over plucking stuff. And that's what we don't want. When you play, you don't want to put all your energy into every strike. I've seen this so many times, and I've done it, of course, as well when I started as a beginner. You don't want to do that. But guess what? At first, you're going to do that because you don't know any better. Your body is learning these movements, and that's okay. After time, keep watching this video, come back, refine your technique, refine your technique. So if I were to do this lick right here again, you may go. You may be really rough on those strings. You don't want to do that, but that's maybe how you start. And after a while, you'll start to find your balance. It's kind of like a sprinter or a runner. If you're running and you're going full sprint or full speed, you're tensing up your muscles. But after you learn this technique enough, you start to realize how your body works, and you start to relax your muscles as you run, and you realize this is the proper technique. You're going to get less injury, you're going to be able to save more energy and move faster. And it's the same idea for here. If you're putting all your emphasis on every strum and really getting down into those strings, you're using so much energy that you don't have to. And that's going to kill you in the long run. You're going to get like tendonitis, you could get carpal tunnel, you may just get fatigued. But the idea is balance. So now when you balance this, let's say if you're learning a riff, you want to start it slow. And the reason for that is because you're listening to your balance. You're listening to what you're doing. You're understanding the technique. And after a while, it's just like walking. It's just like anything else. It's like doing two things at once. But in the beginning, it's not. It's like, okay, I really have to focus on this. And you may want to pick a riff or a lick that's a lot easier for you to understand. You don't want something super technical. You want something not as complicated, so you'll practice this idea. That is going to help you more than picking something that, all right, I'm coming here for this video to learn how to do this technique, to learn this song that's out of my league. That probably won't work. You're going to have to go with something that's easier to play so you can understand the technique. But those are the basics to help you understand how to put this all together. So once again, I'll leave you with this, just so you could get a little bit more idea of it, okay? So keep it light, keep it balanced. So when I play, I am listening for the muting to make it hum nice. I'm hitting with this side of my hand or the front part of my pad, but I'm hitting in the consistent same area right here. And the way you find it, you start in the middle and you pull it back. Now, you don't need to do that every time. You just need to learn that, okay, I need to stay right here. I need to start picking up and my hand and off the hand. You don't do this to find the spot. You don't do this. It's just off, on, off, on. I'm still in drop D, by the way, so I'm doing it open in that way. But that's the technique, guys. Now, when the balance, once again, you don't want to overstrum. It's just this. Nice and light. That is the overall idea of how to do it, okay, guys? If this video helped you, you can leave me a comment, let me know. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you need help with guitar lessons, piano lessons, music composition, music theory, I do all of that stuff. I'll leave my how to get a hold of me in the description below. Thank you guys for watching this video course, and I'll see you on the next one.